Hi guys. So Brahmāstra is a big hit, right? I can't think of how to begin this. So everyone has been saying from the very first day almost and the second day that Brahmāstra is a hit, Bollywood's curse is over. Well, this is the kind of mathematics I think that Marxist economists use to say free markets suck and tax the rich as much as possible, even if it means screwing up your entire country. This is the kind of maths that they do. The budget is officially 410 crores. That's, I think, excluding the VFX budget because the VFX team itself is the producer or something like that. And then the amount they have paid these journalists, that should go into the production budget. And how much did they earn in the first 1 or 2 days? Well, at best, 60 crores, 70 crores. How is 70 crores more than 410 crores? How is that a hit? And we all know on our side what the shit that has gone on. And more importantly, they know, Karan Johar, Ranbir Kapoor, they know what the fuck that has gone on. It's only the people in between who don't follow politics as much, who don't go into Marxist statistical fallacies as much. They think, okay, Brahmāstra was a hit then. Interesting. I personally, almost every day, ever since Brahmāstra has released, I have checked Book My Show for Kolkata bookings for the next day. Any day I've checked the next day. What are the bookings like? And I've checked Mumbai's. Not one day have I found that the halls are filled, people are buying tickets everywhere. Every day I have seen either every booking is empty, or I have seen only some halls and some insignia bookings have been done. Some. Which means only the elite upper middle class was watching Brahmāstra, who are anti-Hindutva mostly anyway. So by what logic they have construed these financial gatherings and calling it a hit, etc. How they have managed to pump up these numbers? Either it's false, or it's based on statistical fallacies, or what some people have been saying that they have excluded how much they'll have to pay in taxes to call these numbers so high. And they have always been, from the very first day, including the overseas earnings as well, while talking about as if it's a domestic hit. And we know what the fuck goes on in worldwide hits. All anti-Hindutva and anti-India people will go on buying those tickets just to give the impression that the Hindutva gang has failed and the boycott gang has failed. So we know that. But more importantly, remember that this is still a net gain and a net good for Hindutva. Because the very fact that they felt the need to change the idea of Rumi's story, Rumi's name, and the name called Dragon. Why did they feel the need to call it Brahmāstra in the first place? I don't think they would have done it 10 years back. I don't think they would have done it 15, 20 years back. It has happened because there's a general overtone shift in the conversation and discourse in India that shows that we are on the right path, and that shows it's a net benefit and gain. Even today, RRR and Bahubali gets called a casteist movie because one character has a janeo, because the word Kshatriya Dharma is used in Bahubali. Oh my god. So even Brahmāstra would be called exact all of these things. They have not called these things to Brahmāstra because we have been calling for its boycott anyway. So in any way or the other, some Hindutva vibes at least goes into the audience psyche, which has almost disappeared. Now, my main problem with Brahmāstra still, among many other reasons, is that epistemically, it's not Hindutva. Epistemically, it's not dharma. It's not dharmic. It's filled with Urdu words. But I saw Amina Ansari Begum, who's one of the most significant voices in the Indian nationalist Muslim movement of India. She was saying that, see, a lot of people will get their first interaction with true Indian and Hindu culture through this movie. And she's not factually wrong, but it's not epistemically correct anyway. So it's not going to be a big help, but at least it can be a gateway drug. Just as the Shiva trilogy I had argued by Amish Tripathi, it may not be the greatest fantasy ever written, but it's going to get people hooked to reading more on Indian culture, or maybe getting people to read more good story books and fantasy books. So even Brahmāstra can be a great fantasy. Great Indic epistemology gateway drug for a lot of Indian kids. Maybe they'll go home and Google what's the story behind Nandi, what's the story behind Hanuman, and the moment they do that, they'll fall into the Hindutva algorithm. Make sure of that. And which brings me to this point that I've been thinking about. Remember not to. It sounds very creepy and weird, I know, but you need to fight an algorithmic war. an algorithm battle, because anything you find that, see, this church has done something good, or share this and Jesus will help you. I know most religious Hindus don't do that anyway, but even liberals, I find them doing a lot of things like that, or liking or sharing anything remotely from a source or from a nation that is against India and against Hindutva. That's going to help the algorithms that are in place only to destroy and promote things against India and Hindutva. So make sure you don't contribute to that. And the moment people research things like Shiva, Nandi, Hanuman, they are going to promote our side of the algorithm in the social networks. So all in all, Brahmāstra has been a great overtone conversation shifter and a net gain for everything we want the change to happen in Bollywood. See, basically they don't know anything epistemically about Hinduism. So this is the best they could have done, even if they had honest intentions at heart. They didn't even have honest intentions at heart. But even if they did, I don't think they could have done anything better than this. Otherwise, Bahubali has set the standard. I don't get this. See, another great example is PS1. Maniratnam's son, I have heard, used to be a part of SFI, or used to contribute to SFI in some way or the other. I know they are Marxists. I have zero expectations from the film. I'm going to not watch it at all. I was only interested because A.R. Rahman is doing the music. But even then, I was thinking that A.R. Rahman is not really known for epic, gigantic background scores. He's a more of a melody guy. So I did not think he will do anything of M.M. Keeravani style in Bahubali. But that movie requires this kind of music. And I saw the trailer, I heard the songs. It's Bahubali is the standard for me now. I can't help it. And I don't get this, how have people who, you all know I watched Bahubali just 1 or 2 months back and it has blown my mind. How have people who watched Bahubali in 2015 have allowed such crap to fester in the scene? How are Bahubali lovers still watching such crappy movies? And how have people of the industry who have watched Bahubali still making such crap? Why is the problem in following the formula that Bahubali has followed? Not word for word, at least epistemically. Episteme is the most important concept here. Bahubali has not used one single Urdu word. This Ponniyin Selvan PS1 song starts with the word Shaheed. That's so annoying. I can't take this anymore. In 2022, after all the things I know, I can't take this. So I'm not going to watch this movie anyway. But remember, the very fact that they feel the need to make these movies, it means the overtone window is shifting. And there's no place for a Haider anymore.